So, my name is Jennifer, and I am so glad that you're here. If you are watching, go ahead and chime in, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. Go ahead and share this, tag your friend, somebody who's stuck for dinner ideas, or somebody who loves tacos, I don't know. We're gonna make really quick, what we call rush hour fajitas. Okay, one more thing I need to grab. If you've watched any of my videos, then you know I never have everything I need when I first start. So, all right, so what we're gonna do is we are gonna get started here, and we're gonna go ahead and prep our veggies. So we're gonna do this in the microwave. Did you see that in the caption? We're gonna do this in the microwave, and we're gonna use the Rockcrok. The Rockcrok everyday pan and the Rockcrok Dutch oven are like your go-to pans. Like, do you guys have a pan in your kitchen that does everything? That's what these pans are. However, these do everything and then some. So they do more than your average pan. They can go on top of the stove. Fantastic. They're super easy to clean up. They go in the dishwasher. They can go in the microwave, which is how we're going to use them today. They can go in the oven. You can actually put them under the broiler, and they can go on the grill. So they're so versatile. So we're going to make our fajitas in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the veggies. So we've got a bell pepper, just a plain red bell pepper, and I'm just cutting down the side so that I don't have the big seed mess. And it's going to give me 4 straight sides, okay? It's going to give me 4 straight sides that I can easily slice. So I'm going to take my quick slice, and the quick slice has a bunch of different blades in here, and it's serrated. We're just going to take the pepper, put it like this, and actually, I kind of want mine to be short. I don't want them to be long, so I'm actually going to put it crossways on here and put this on, and then we're going to give it a little rock, and down it goes. This gives us nice slices of bell pepper. We're going to put those in the bottom, okay? Again, I'm going to do this, slice it. This quick slice is really wonderful for doing tomatoes or strawberries or eggs, if you want to slice your eggs, like not hard-boiled eggs, so not raw eggs, obviously. So anyway, it just makes quick work. It goes in the dishwasher. It's so easy to clean. You can do mushrooms, strawberries, all kinds of things. All right, so first step, we have our bell peppers in there, okay? Next step, we're gonna add onion. Now, I'm actually only going to add half of the onion, okay? Because I only need half of the onion. So this was a big onion. They only had giant onions at the store today. So I'm just gonna pull this off. Just put it right over here. Now, those of you that know, my husband is allergic to onions, so I'm actually going to be doing something a little bit different for his, and I'll show you guys that here shortly. All right, so I've got this onion cut in half, so it's a smaller piece, and then I'm just going to use my quick prep to slice it up. All right, yes, my rapid prep mandolin. It's called a rapid prep mandolin. Okay, so we're going to put the kickstand on there, put the food holder on there, and we need to set it. So we want it to be flat, and I want it to be big, fat pieces. So I'm actually going to twist it to the biggest thickness there is, which is an 8. And then we're going to take the onion, drop it down in there, open up the handle. Okay, so you can see that was super fast. I've got some rings. I'm going to go ahead and cut those rings in half. Okay, some big rings. Just go ahead and cut those rings in half. Drop some onion on the floor. Let's see if my dog likes onion. Okay. Nope, doesn't like onion. Not a fan. So, all right, so I've got my onion in there. And actually, now that I'm looking at this, I actually think I might do the second half. This was Life with Jennifer. You know what? We're not going to stick with plan A. We're going to go with plan B. And we're going to go ahead and do that second half. So I'm going to cut the ends off again. Okay. And then I'm just going to stick this in here. Sticking it the opposite way this time. All right, and we get those big pieces. Now, this rapid prep mandolin also does julienne. It also does, let's see, it does julienne. It does like matchstick carrots. It can do French fries, and it goes in the dishwasher for easy cleaning. Now, we're going to add some oil to this. Okay, so I'm going to take my oil spritzer, and I'm just going to squeeze, bring up about two teaspoons of oil, and just pour that over the top. Then I'm going to mix about a teaspoon of the chipotle, because that's all that's left in here. So colossally not ready, pretty common, par for the course for me. These will go in my compost over here. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to mix it up. Just grab a mix and scraper and toss it. Okay, so we want to get some of that oil, get that seasoning on all of the veggies. Break up the onions so they're not just clumped together. So that's what I'm doing right now. This piece can be cut in half. This piece can be cut in half. Okay, just to make them a little smaller. I'm the only one that's going to be eating this. So, because at my house it's just my husband and myself, and he does not eat onions. So I love onions though. I will eat them just plain, just like this. All right, you guys love onions? Ooh, that's a sweet onion. So good, so much flavor. Okay, so we've got that right there, right? So the next thing that we need to do is we need to prep the chicken. So I'm using the flexible cutting mats because it's so easy to move the food on and off. Okay, so when you're doing your chicken, you guys have heard me say this a million times. Like you don't have to. I was washing these earlier. So you don't have to wash your chicken. Just pat it dry with a paper towel. So these are giant chicken breasts. I'm not sure what they're feeding these chickens, but these are. I usually like to get the organic chicken breasts, which are a little smaller. These are giant. So we're going to shove these in here, okay, in the close and cut, and then we're just going to slice. Okay, so then we end up with one chicken breast that's still pretty thick. Okay, and then we're going to do the second one. Okay, again, I'm just going to shove the little tail in here so that the whole thing fits. And then I'm going to take my knife. So the close and cut is really great. You guys have seen me use this a million times. It's really great for cutting cherry tomatoes in half, cutting grapes in half, cutting chicken breasts, filleting pork chops. Let's see, so many different things you can do. So, all right, we're going to cut this last one in half. Now, only one of these, or only two of these are going to go in here. Actually, two of the chicken breasts are going to go in here, and the other two I'm going to do on the grill, okay? This goes in your dishwasher for easy cleaning. So I'm just going to take the chicken right here. And the main reason is because we'll have extra, there's only two of us. We're going to have some extra chicken for us to eat throughout the week. And so I don't want to have all of it be cooked in the onion. That's the reason. Normally, I could take all three of these chicken breasts and put them on the top here. So, but like I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take my kitchen spritzer and spritz some oil on the top. We're just going to pump some air in here till it gets, firm. It's kind of weird, but until it gets, hard to push down, and then we'll just spray it. Okay, we'll just spray it. So we'll coat this with oil. And then I would use a Chipotle seasoning, our Southwestern seasoning. You can use a chili lime seasoning, whatever. Because this is going in for my husband and I'm actually going to use my homemade taco seasoning that doesn't have any onion or pepper. And that's how I'm going to season it. Okay, if you're just doing fajitas, you can always do squeeze some lime on here and then just garlic, salt, and pepper. That's a good one. Okay, or any one of our seasoning rubs. All right, so I'm going to got those. I'm going to turn these over and do the other side. I'm going to do these two, the chicken breast that I did first. That's the biggest one. I'm going to go ahead and do those in the Rockcrok. Okay. So we're going to spritz the other side. Whoops. Make sure your nozzle is pointing in the right direction. I shot it off to the side. Did you guys see that? Pretty, you know, these are the things I do. All right. Always release the air. Close it back up. Okay. There's a bunch of plastic parts in there, so you don't need to have all that pressure on there. So I'm just sprinkling the taco. I'm generously sprinkling the taco seasoning. Now, another thing you can do if you don't want to cook these in the microwave, you can do the same thing in the slow cooker. So you can take, and that's one of the things that's great about the Rockcrok is it has a slow cooker base. So you can actually take the pot and stick it in the slow cooker base and then cook this all day on low. That's super yummy. Okay, so we've got our chicken breasts in here. Again, I would normally like put more chicken breasts in there. So add that extra seasoning that's there on the top. Then we're going to put the lid on it and we're going to stick it in the microwave for like 10 minutes, okay? And I'm just realizing I'm probably going to lose my internet. So before I put that on, let me switch over to my phone for internet. So, you know, I think of a lot of things, but I just don't think of everything right away. So we want to switch this to my phone. All right, it looks like it's probably doing it. Oh, it says I'm offline. When he comes home. So when he comes home, I'll be making this on the grill right here with the grill and with the grill pan, with the Deluxe grill and griddle. And so, but now I'm just going to go ahead and make some toppings for our thing. Okay, so we're going to put our toppings in the small cool and serve. And I have the cool and serve already with the nice chilled bottom. I just keep these in my freezer. And so we'll start with the tomato. Okay. So I am just going to, I would show you guys how to do the tomato on here, but I have the pepper on there, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and cut the tomato by hand. Normally I would probably slice it and then slice it again in the quick slice, but because Eric is allergic, I don't want to take the time to wash it and then have to do it again. So I like to wash it in the dishwasher, any of the allergy products. So we're just doing a little bit. It's just the two of us, and I eat salsa instead of tomatoes. He eats tomato. So, all right. So we've got that.